they are some things without telling you. You know, just like some women I talk to, they might say, "I'm a Taurus," or "I'm this," or "I'm that." That's just another way of saying I'm a bitch.
Yes, of course. We went to see it too. What was the name of it? Sinners. Incredible thing. I would say I was disappointed. Yeah, it was building up to something.
Yeah.
You know, it looked incredible, something amazing, something important, and then it just disintegrated as some BS vampire chasing movie. How many times have we seen that thing?
Yeah, and that's what it came down to. And I walked away, and I'm still puzzled. What was it about? I mean, it was horror. It was horror. Yeah, and what should I have taken away from it? Because I don't see anything that I took away.
Do you really want to know what that movie was all about?
Yeah, because here you have horror. You had vampires. Vampires. What they have to do with the brothers buying the property? It was evil. That's what came out of it to me. At the end, evil.
Well, what color were the vampires?
Well,
the vampire that started off, the vampires, what color were they?
With white people.
Okay. Yeah. What color was the Ku Klux Klan, Hitman?
Well, they were white.
Okay, so, and you understand the movie was about, now you have these people who are these black people that are oppressed by white people, and particularly the white man. And it doesn't matter if the white man is dead or alive. He's a problem. That's what the movie was about.
It was about, and the end to me seems like it was about evil. So what are they saying, that the white people were evil?
Yeah.
Well, you knew that from the start when it was out. The girl walked outside, then one of them guys jumped way up in the air, about 10 feet up in the air.
Well, yeah, she was.
Said something's wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that was it's an incredible scene.
Exactly.
It's an incredible scene. And the focus of the movie is white man bad, period. Yeah. Where did we see this before? It seems like a bit of a pattern. Didn't we see another movie? The American Society of Magical Negroes.
Yes.
And they said
white people feeling uncomfortable precedes a lot of bad stuff for us.
Doesn't this thing maybe a pattern, a standard of movies that are being made?
It appears
that are the white man is the blame, white people are to blame, and once you get white people to act in these movies, say, "Yep, we're guilty." What does that mean? Where are we?
Yeah, it goes from horror, and evidently it appears that horror was brought about by the white man. That's what the movie looked like. So maybe,
Well, it was an interesting thing because it, if you notice that they were doing the Christian thing and the monster still got in, as well as the ancestral religions both failed. So they wrote the movie to say that all of these are whack. They're all BS. And the only time the movie people began to do anything to actively resist the evil was when the people worked together without any sort of religion. It's a good old communist idea, isn't it?
Yes. And you didn't hear very much about religion in this movie, Sinners. And
all the religions failed. Christianity failed.
Yes.
Ancestral worship failed. And so the only thing that worked was people coming together. So get rid of religion. That's pretty much a Marxist communist idea. Very clever.
Well, at some time, a lot of us like that. They were trying to say that Christians are weak, the faith is weak, and the devil had won out in that movie. That was all that came from Satan. Even when that preacher boy, the one that played the guitar real good, and he told that beautiful woman, he said, "I just want to taste you."
That's right. Yeah, it became sex. Yes, it became sex.
There was a lot of that in the movie, sex and gore.
That's right.
Sex and gore, a whole plethora of that kind of thing. And, it's one thing to play guitar, and it's another thing to go gnawing on a woman like that you just met. Well, anyway, he's a bold boy. You like to live dangerously.
Yeah, she even told him, I'm not fresh.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying, man?
She sure did.
That was a good guy, man.
I'm
no.
not fresh.
No.
Exactly.
No.
That's what
no.
she said.
No, because when I saw that part, I said, I just know she been standing in the stream. I just knew that.
She said, I am not fresh.
Shit.
Yes, she did.
No.
You didn't catch that part?
No, I did not, but I get it now.
I heard it. I caught it.
I'm not clean.
Whoa.
I'm not fresh.
Yeah.
She did say, I'm not fresh.
Okay.
That should have told him right
That's
there.
Okay,
right.
yeah.
Right.
Be prepared.
She was trying to tell him.
In a nice way.
Exactly.
She did tell him, she was married. She had a husband, but when he was caressing
Wait a
her.
minute. She said she was married?
Yeah. She was
Oh,
married.
no.
You didn't get that part either.
No,
Yeah.
I must have been eating
Come on,
popcorn.
Yeah, and he said,
I
that's
eat
okay.
popcorn.
And he said, okay. He went along with it.
Yeah,
He said, okay.
And he's supposed to know better.
That's right.
He's supposed to know better.
And then she told him, I'm not fresh.
So he was the focus of the perversion
Yes.
because he had the skill to go from one world to another. That's
Exactly.
why everybody was interested in him because his music went beyond this dimension that we're in and was able to bring together different times and energies together because of his song, because of his gift. And so by him acting in a perverse manner such as that, it's one thing to be gnawing on some bourgeois. But mother tell you it ain't time to gnaw on you gnawing
that's
it
what she
anyway.
told him.
That was it. He's telling you, look, you out of sync right here.
Yes.
You're using your gift, you're using your vibration
that's
wrong.
What she was saying. I tell you, when the vampires, when they had multiplied, when they went to the door and pushed the door open, they said they wanted the guitar player.
Of
We
course
want
they
him.
did.
We want him.
Yeah.
Because eventually they had the whole church.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody was out there dancing.
I thought the movie was going to be more about the music part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, they blew that when they had Sammy
Yes.
to meet the harmonica player, Delta Slim.
Delta Slim.
He said, "Can we get together? Can we have a jam, even if it's superficial?
But see, I thought
Can we have some?
very much about the blues.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking.
There's plenty of blues in there.
Yeah, but not that much. But it
No.
ended up with the vampires.
Yeah, that's where it went.
Yeah,
it took a
went
cheap
from-
turn.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
It threw it straight off track.
cheap
Exactly,
turn.
exactly.
It's a regular vampire flick,
Change
and Wesley
it.
Snipes did it better. I'm just saying.
Agree.
If you're gonna go that route,
Yeah, I
you're gonna go that route with black men and vampires. Let's do Wesley.
Yeah.
Because he was throwing down.
At
in
least
this
he
one.
threw down.
Yeah, thank you.
I did see that this movie grossed over $167 million
The Dickens, you say?
in 2 weeks.
167 million.
In 2 weeks.
No.
So they made a good profit.
That's right. And it said received a cinema score, a rare feat for an R-rated horror film.
Well, it is interesting that people seem to take so much interest in this movie, and I'm like, why? It reminds me of the Black Panther thing because this movie was directed and written by the creator of Black Panther, and it's like the same thing. It's not that good, but there's a lot of hype around it and a lot of black people around it. I mean, there's something to be learned from it. I think it's better than Black Panther, and that's not saying a whole lot. White man is the problem, whether he's dead or alive. The dead white man was the vampires. The living white man was the Ku Klux Klan. And we see a merging and emerging of the dead white man and the Ku Klux Klan white man, the living white man, into one big mess.
Like I said, I don't know what I took away from this movie.
It, man.
Yeah, I thought it was at the end it left you like, well, what the hell?
Yeah,
It left you like empty. It was
Right.
no ending. It didn't have a closure, good closure
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah. Because the bad guys won at the end. The bad guys are living on.
Yeah,
And
that's
the
true.
good guys are finite. And
that's
the
true.
good guys are finite.